Welcome to Primary Source Essentials. In this episode, we will briefly discuss the reasons why President Andrew Jackson vetoed the National Bank Bill. In 1791, both houses of Congress passed a bill creating a national bank proposed by Treasury Secretary Alexander Hamilton. President Washington signed the bill into law. In 1811, the Senate narrowly defeated rechartering the bank, but Congress reconsidered in 1816 and President James Madison signed the bill, creating the Second National Bank. In 1819, the Supreme Court ruled unanimously that the national bank was constitutional in McCulloch v. Maryland. However, in 1832, Senators Henry Clay and Daniel Webster persuaded bank president Nicholas Biddle to ask Congress to recharter the bank 4 years early. They thought President Andrew Jackson, an opponent of the bank, would be forced to support the bank during an election year. But they were wrong. He promptly vetoed the bill. Jackson made several arguments against the bank in justifying his veto. First, he thought that the bank was unconstitutional and not supported by the necessary and proper clause. Second, he stated that the bank created an artificial aristocracy or oligarchy with special privileges for a few wealthy people that benefited at the expense of ordinary Americans. Therefore, it created inequality and endangered democratic self-government and liberty. Third, he feared foreign stockholders could mean too much foreign influence in American elections or control during times of war. Finally, the bank enhanced the power of the federal government at the expense of the states. So, President Jackson vetoed the bank because he believed it was unconstitutional and saw it as his duty to veto the bill. He thought every branch of government must interpret the Constitution when carrying out its duties, and thus the Supreme Court was not the final word on the constitutionality of the bank in McCulloch. Jackson soon withdrew government deposits from the national bank and put them in state banks, effectively killing the national bank. Thanks for watching, and check out the other videos in Primary Source Essentials.